All right, welcome back, everybody. Sorry about the delay. We had a little bit of technical issues, just not able to jump into the server, but we're all here and ready now as it's about to go live again. We saw Peter with pretty convincing map number 1 on the map choice of LDLC White. Now it's Peter's map choice on Mirage, so they're starting on the T side. And they're going to have 2 players with full sets of nades at the moment. So I'm interested to see. It looks like Spiker's going to be faking here as the rest of the T's working towards this B bomb site. They're actually working towards underpass. So interesting. This round developing into, yeah, very intriguing way as they come up connector.
Yeah, now Spiker's going to meet with Body up in the apartments. Oh man, that push from LDLC really helping him out at the beginning, but Waterfalls comes into the site. That's 2. We got frags flying all over the place. Peter trying to make their way into A. They eventually do. More trades. Waterfalls. That's 3 for him thus far. 1 player coming up connector very fast. That's Mad Hen. Eats a flashbang. Devil coming up from the spawn. We got Jimka inside of fireboxes. So LDLC going to have to take the initiation. Jimka, nice shot. And the second one. Jimka and Waterfalls. Just 1 taps galore.
That was absolutely disgusting. Coupled with the way they did that strategy and how on point their pistols looked, that looked pretty unstoppable. Peter came up through connector, and they had smoked off. It looked like jungle, and basically it gave him a straight runway right into that A site. And it worked out really, really well for him, as, again, all the trades came in. Even at that bomb plant scenario, there was 1 frag that they traded off. Waterfalls traded off that his buddy goes down on stairs and he was still able to get the trade even though he barely spotted the guy. And it was a beautiful headshot. Tapped him away, and then Jimko, we saw just go nuts at the end there. So big pickup here in LDLC White. This is a little terrifying for them as they're going to force up. But again, momentum still in Peter's favor after winning the first map and now the first pistol round of this match. Or map, rather.
Yeah, it's really hard to recover from that, especially after eating the beatdown like you did in the previous match. And it was a close round. And if that streak continues of Peter just winning all those odd man situations, really worried for LDLC here. Taking the fight early. Body at mid. Gets the kill. Trade attempted. Oh, he's really hurting right now. Trying to get his way out of there. If he gets out of there, that's insane. But doesn't. 2 trades for each team. LDLC, it's not doing too bad here. The bomb is way back by their spawn for Peter. So somebody's going to have to go get that. It's going to split them up just a little bit. Waylander and Mad Hen about to meet on the catwalk. Where does Peter go from here? Is my question, though.
Yeah, considering they have Facecrack and Waylander, both 1 in window, 1 in ladder room, I think they'll probably take back towards mid, because they should be able to work maybe some crossfires together, being that, again, they have 1 in window. But Facecrack has made his way over to jungle, and he's walking into this A bomb site right now, and it is going to be... But then to take down Waylander as he shows his position, but he takes down another one. Only Jimka left. And again, he hit some nutty shots on that pistol round in a 1v3 where he does have the equipment advantage, but he's got to worry about Devil as he's coming up from A ramp right behind the smoke, and we see he's going to walk through. Wow.
How did he fail that?
I don't know. I don't know at all.
Was so precise.
I thought... I was in, like, third person, so I don't know. Did you see how Jim could...
It looked like a guaranteed kill. Like, he had it, he's crosshair straight on his abdomen, but then he crouched and just juked all the shots. Like, he was at damn near 100 HP, and he couldn't finish off that 1 player. It looked really promising, like the angle he had on Devil, then he could just spin around, deal with the other 2 players. But LDLC, they do take the round.
Very, very interesting, as I thought we were going to see an exciting 1v3 there where Jim could just makes it very difficult for the CT side, but apparently just walking through that smoke, yeah, I'm still confused by that, but here we go. A-side play. Peter don't have enough money. Obviously, the 1 pistol, they got a bomb plan that last round. They're going to buy up in this round, forcing up and getting Tech 9s across the board. Jimka preferring the P250, but they've got a number of Molotovs, a number of smokes. This is a pure execute as they are able to take entire control of the site. Body peeks up from the ticket booth, and Devil, he drops into Sandwich. That's one of the downsides to that stairs smoke. You don't really know if someone's going to be at the top of that and just peekaboos into Sandwich like that. So it's a 2-on-3. Still haven't got the bomb down, as once the smokes dissipate, honestly, it's going to be even more difficult for them. So they need to get it down with at least a CT smoke up, but they lose another player, and it's only Waylander 1v2. 22 HP. He's got plenty of time to play with, and that Molotov will set back this connector player, but still has to worry about 1 in jungle, which is Body.
Yeah, and look how patient they're playing. They know they can just wait until he starts planting that bomb, go for the trade. Mad Hen, good spot. Doesn't see him. Wow, what a shot from Waylander. Now he's going to be booking it over towards B. Body, though. He's on his flank. Waylander turns around. Is he ready for it? Oh, Body with a good read on the situation. LDLC is going to take 2 rounds, and this is the first time they've ever had a lead in this entire match.
It's got to be a good feeling at this point as they steal things back in their direction, and they definitely want to do it sooner rather than later, as they've got to win this map just to put it to a 3rd map. Peter is basically 1 map away from continuing on, like I was saying earlier. Team Ace are waiting in the upper bracket finals, or the grand finals, rather. So, tease
kind of
on...
like a prelude to our RGN Pro series as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Finalization of this. $500, that's not... The $500 is more or less just an extra incentive for the qualifier. The big bucks are coming up, though.
Exactly, as we got 10 grand in the Pro series, but they take up Connector here. It's going to be Devil Mathin to find early frags. Jimka with 1. And that actually allows Spiker to grab an M4 here, and he actually finds one on Catwalk, but doesn't have the bomb in his hands. He's going to be rotating through B, and he's got a lot of time to make this more expensive, hopefully, for his case on the CT side. He's going to move up to the ladder room here. Devil's already primed on that location, though, and he will be able to take him down. Devil with a 4K there, and being that he had a UMP, that's a lot of money in his pocket there. 5,900 as he finds his way into this round.
Yeah, let's see if he wants to, if Twanu wants to hit him up for an AWP, if that's the game plan, and there it is. I'm sure Twanu loves that quite a bit, and he's been really quiet though. Twanu needs to step it up for LDLC, because without an opera really to worry about Peter, we saw when Twanu's on, he had really good DreamHack land. I was watching some of that, and it doesn't look like the same, but maybe he can shake it off and come into this next map. He gets it op much earlier this time, and Peter want to test him. Coming up mid, potentially going for the boost. Mad Hen coming up from the catwalk. These early exchanges are going to decide the round. Mad Hen, his teammate gets smoked out. That's Twanu inside the window. Mad Hen's going to take the fight. Doesn't have a lot of assistance to work with. He's all alone on the catwalk, about to get flanked. This is a really long fight. Waylander just needs to finish him off. Finally does, through the wall. And now Peter can start working up the middle. They do have another prong to attack from in upper A, and he's going to come out eventually. Really patient stuff from Peter. And the way they're working middle right now is really smooth. LDLC White's going to have to figure something out, because they isolated the catwalk really well.
Yeah, and it looked like miscommunication, because Mathin basically pushed smoke on Cat, and he spotted Devil inside a connector and shot at his feet. So already he gave some noise. Yeah, he's using a silencer, but they're still able to kind of know that someone's up there, as someone was really close on catwalk for the T side. And that was Waylander that eventually kind of just chased him down. So ground for Peter as they take B bomb site control, and they even leave they're gonna have Spiker lurking in A, and he might be able to make this even more expensive if that player scoped in, and he is. Twanu goes down, not a single frag out of him there. Only Body left. Can he salvage this? He will not be able to. So Peter pick up their 2nd round, and they do it flawlessly. That's pretty fantastic. As you can see, they got 4K across the board now.
Yeah, it's really good to start getting that on the T side. You want to be able to lose a round and still be able to buy up the next. I mean, part of the thing, or part of what makes T side so difficult, the risks you have to take as a T, just to try to figure out on the defense. Some of the times you want to have that extra padding to be able to lose a round and still buy. Now LDLC on the eco, gonna go for a mid crunch. Not a bad idea considering how much pressure Peter has been putting on at middle. Face crack from down below, gonna get overran. Wow, stays alive, was executed by Devil. What's happening for Peter here? LDLC just rattle off 3 kills really quickly. And now Peter, you wanna go see what's up at the B-bomb site. Already worked his way in is Jimka, but he's so spread out from the bomber. I'm wondering if it's even a good idea for them to go together.
Luckily, Spiker's going to peek out top mid, and Fuchs just running around knifing, hoping to just grab that rifle that was on the floor. Not able to. And again, they've got Jimka inside of this B-bomb site. I don't know if they realize, though, Devil is pushed up inside of apartments. And like you said, it may not even be the right call. Let Spiker make his way through market, and that's what he's doing. Takes down Twanu, so creates a 2-on-2, and the bomb's going to be coming out A ramp. If Jimka can do any more work, my God, Body hits the shot, though. The 1 dig through that little vent in window room. Now Spiker left alone That being said, he's got a pretty good read on the situation as he knows where Body's at. Only question mark is Devil at this point. He gets the bomb set.
Thought it was me.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Devil finds out the hard way as he drops in, and now plenty of time for Spiker to find a really nice spot as he's in CT spawn. And again, he's got a full nade set, but in a 1v2, it's questionable how much you want to use, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, maybe after he gets spotted, you could throw him, but right now, his biggest advantage is
Oh,
the surprise. Oh, man, Devil gets dropped down to just 50 HP. He takes out the Glock, still gets the frags. Peter taking another one. All are tied up at 3-3 here, and that was a really interesting round. And the way Spiker played it was good. His teammate, Jimka, the way LDLC had to think about that, Jimka was positioning to where it seemed like he was trying to keep them at bay for his teammate to come through at B tunnels. So Spiker says, all right, I'm just going to slowly work my way into A, eventually wins the 1-on-2. Just all around veteran plays by Peter. And now Twanu does have his lovely AWP once more. Peter switching it up. They're not going for mid control as fast this time. And for LDLC, oh, it looked like they had a player lower, but nope, Mad Hen is just on the catwalk. And now Peter, you could see the switching that they're timing up. They're not going fast this time. They're going to go slowly up mid, but the boost comes up for LDLC, catching Peter off guard. They're trying to trade, but it looks like LDLC is going to be able to escape out of here with the advantage. But no, Waterfalls does respond. He was ready for that boost, so all tied up here. 4-on-4 player count. That Peter, they have mid control, but what do they want to do with it here? They have a player at the bottom of mid thinking about coming up towards A. They're way too spread out to try attempt a real take here. But Waylander is going to go for it. He gets a forward position in connector, and then he just posts. So eventually, Peter is going to be hitting the A bomb site, and Waylander is just going to be looking for the flank kills.
Yeah, they've got Spiker coming out of Palace right now, and following up soon after is going to be Jimka, as well as the bomb carrier. So they're trying to utilize their players that have a lot of HP. That's a good idea, as 2 players in CTU right now. And we're going to see if they're able to hold. They do have an AWP just staring towards ramp, and there's the shot. Waterfalls goes down, and again, a bit of an overkill as it's going to be Twanu to follow up. Waylander and Jimka, they take down Twanu, so the op is out of commission, but still 2 in CT, still 1 in CT. You really don't expect that many players there, and that's exactly what LDLC was maybe not intentionally banking on, but it worked out perfectly because of that body. They just not expect him, and takes those final 2 frags.
Yeah, and they could have called out the names, like who exactly was there, because the third rotating CT was presumed as the only other one there by the T. So, but in that split-second scenario, you don't think about that. But Peter, now I'm going to go for a rush. I love, or not a rush, but now just slowing it down to a take. But Peter's giving LDLC a lot of different looks, and it's good on LDLC that they're able to stuff a lot of these, but Peter has now had enough of mid. They're going to go try to take into A. Good counter nade from LDLC. Oh, body! He gets Goomba'd. He stopped him on the ladder. Doesn't even let him up. That's so unfortunate for LDLC. Giving Peter a good entrance into that round. Now getting very aggressive as Devil, though, doesn't wait for his teammates. There's smokes up everywhere. There's no way a trade would even be attempted. And LDLC, they might want to think about saving here. There's 5 up for Peter, now rushing into the spawn. Very aggressive stuff from FaceCrack. What's going on here?
Oh my God.
FaceCrack finally finishes him off. Twanu, as well as Madhen in connector, as well as jungle, respectively. And Peter with the switch up. LDLC was not ready for it, and Twanu's going to lose his op as well. All tied up. And when you're trading rounds back and forth like this, it generally favors the T side. So Peter now has put LDLC on the save, and we're looking to take it just like map 1.
That was, oh man. And you saw Devil on the first retake where Peter was doing that, and they kind of were able to create some mayhem and have some frags come in. It was when Devil basically, I think, simultaneously they kind of pushed a smoke as well as Devil dropping it a sandwich. And basically caught them off guard extremely. But my game's a little bit frozen here, so I'm going to let you take this round as I got to figure this out.
I can do that. You might be missing the good one, though. Body does drop FaceCrack, traded out at middle. So Peter going for their mid stuff and doing it quite slowly. And now moving back with the bomb. I'm wondering what Peter's plan is here. They have the mid control, and looks like Twanu, without his AWP posted up in connector. It's a really safe decision by Peter here to move. I'll just move majority of their players over towards B. Keep the guy at middle posted up. Don't want to walk into the fallen member's AK who's up on body. Twanu goes down. Now LDLC, are they going to save this AK or are they going to go for it? I'd prefer them to save this AK, but we'll see how zealous they are. It's going to be difficult to even save when you got Waylander posted up at mid. Gets dropped down to 20 HP, but Body has escaped with the AK-47. Now Peter have taken the lead here. And surviving with 4 people, the round loss bonus from LDLC isn't the best yet, so they're going to be tempted to force buy. They're going to be sitting at, let's check their money, maybe about like 3,800, 3,700, something like that. But with Devil being that low, he has to get dropped by his buddy Body. And I'm questioning whether it's right or wrong for them to force up behind this AK. And actually, they're not even going to get that luxury. So, LDLC now. Yeah, definitely should save after that one. Chad, you back?
I am ready to rock. Yeah, I get to see most of that there as Peter just kind of worked it pretty slowly, and they end up getting that rifle like you were saying as well. So, good stuff there. And I do want to let you guys know that we do have a giveaway going on after this match is done. So all you need to do, and what it is USPS Orion. It's a minimal wear one of my favorite default pistols, but all you need to do for that, sign up on Azubu, make an account, follow us, and be in chat while we're doing the giveaway. And obviously, we also want you to be ready with your trade link, being that we've got to send it to you somehow. So Azubu chat's got a nice function where if you click on someone's name, you can message them directly. And although it looks like it's going in chat, it's only sending directly to them. So the idea is, if you win, you're going to be putting your trade link over to the Go RGN TV account there. But we are going to see a bit of investment, but it doesn't work out at all. As well, they took down 2, but being that they put a little bit of armor on their players, they keep the economy down. So that's what's most important. But the T's still at a point where they got 9K on Jimka. They've got 6,600 on Waterfalls. He could rebuy an op if he drops his. So it's a really dominant position for Peter to be in at this point.
Now we are going to have a mid battle with these AWPs. Waterfall's taking the fight, but his teammate jumps in front of him. And let's see how this pans out. Oh, goes for Waterfalls. Oh. What a shot on Twanu. And maybe that did help out with the player going in front. That wasn't their intentions. I know that for sure, for certain. But Devil does respond at mid. And now coming out of apartments, Peter is engaging from so many different locations. LDLC kind of falling apart as a result. Body, last guy inside of A under the balcony. He has 2 people really close to him. And Face Crack gets the kill. This is a big momentum deciding round here. LDLC cannot afford to chain losses like they have been here, especially because Peter's economy is just growing more and more. If LDLC White can't win this round or even get a few kills, Peter is just going to be in a dominant position coming into the later rounds of the half here. But Fuchs on to Waterfalls at mid now, all at on 2-on-2, and in a similar situation where it might not even be best for Jimka to follow up his teammate inside of A here. But they are going to group up and go for it, but it's going to be really hard to get the bomb down.
Fuchs playing from connector, and Mithen peeking up from CT. Jimka spots him out, so they know that there's at least one in that location. Fuchs. Oh, the nade. Perfect nade from Jimka. They try and fire one back. Luckily, Jimka's got a little bit more HP than required. Or, yeah, basically required to stay alive. So, here we go. Fuchs trying to retake 1v2. He's attempting to find a 1v1 as Face Crack inside a CT spawn. He's going to opt to try and face this player at Firebox. He finds the 1v1. That's fantastic for him. Now, he's got a smoke to work with. He's going to drop it in not a good location at all.
He botched that one, man. The underhand.
That's an understatement, I feel.
Yeah, if you throw it if you throw it deeper at him into CT spawn, then it's not like you could just attempt the spam. You could adjust your position so much as the CT in that situation. But that smoke, oh man, you could throw it anywhere and just straight instead of sideways like he did. Strange decision, but heat of the moment. I guess you can't really blame him for that. But now LDLC on to the eco round, stacking the A-bomb site. Peter does spot out the player running in towards connector, but Waterfalls might be in some danger. He does have Spiker with him. LDLC White was thinking about aggressing the halls, but then just fell off of it. And I just can't say enough about how Peter's playing on their T side. It's the different looks they're giving him. It's so hard to adapt to this sort of style because how do you plan for something that you have no idea what's coming next? And Peter has thrown the book at him like they've played passive, like they played fast. They've done B takes, they've done A takes. They're varying ways they take into middle, and LDLC is just left scratching their heads. And Peter just about to close out this eco round here, or anti-eco round, I should say. Twanu falls. And Peter survived with 3. Taking a look at their economy, looking all right. They can afford to lose a round. Everything going Peter's way once more. And this is an even match in my eyes. Like LDLC, can beat Peter, but Peter just, that's the type of team they are. Sometimes they're on, sometimes they're off.
Yeah, and right now it definitely looks like they're playing on point. As LDLC White haven't had a lot of success on the CT side, and honestly, this bye is going to prove at least, yeah, in terms of the economic aspects, even if they lose the round, they've got full loss bonus, so they should be able to get something for a spot in the next round for the CT side, but this is kind of their substantial buy. They've got Twanu once again with an AWP. They've got a full nade set, plenty of kits, all that kind of fun stuff. Face crack takes down Body, though, early. And that was not the start that they wanted as he opens up from A ramp. Now they are going to try and rotate some players in. It's going to be Twanu that drops face crack, so at least puts down that aggression, but got these mid players to worry about, and Spiker takes down Devil. I don't know if that was through the smoke or right before it plumed, but nonetheless from the palace, and now waterfalls onto Twanu. This is just going all the way of Peter as they've got the bomb down in connector, but that's about the only thing going for them. They do have a flank coming in, so Fuchs can make some impact happen here. He is going to come up behind Jimka mid-reload, but now his location's known. So how do they play this? Waylander left with Spiker, and Spiker's currently rotating through the A bomb site. So this is going to get really weird really quickly, as now it's only Mathind, and he's playing at A ramp. Should be an easy bomb plant at the B site, but no, he's going to be challenging him. This is actually a really good read, because you would never expect him. You would 100% of the time, if you're a CT in that spot, you're like, oh, the bomb's down in mid, and he knows I'm A ramp. He's going B. Who wouldn't go B? But he holds connector with an angle there and takes him out. Beautiful way to end that 1v1. Yeah,
and that position will allow you to, like, if the CT wants to flank down through ramp, or you could hear that. It's just the amount of information you gain from putting yourself in that spot. Just excellent choice. Oh, Peter taking another one, albeit a close one. It did damage their economy a bit, but you can see it's still pretty healthy. And now spreading out is Peter. More players towards A than usual this round. Devil gets a nice aggression onto Jimka down below. And no trade attempt is there for Peter, with that one player down below. And this is interesting from Devil, considering how much Peter had put so much pressure on middle. But trades flying all over the place. It's going to be LDLC who wind up on top as Peter try to take out into A. But we got Waylander 1-on-3 with tons of time. And with 3 CTs up, I mean, you could just bank on there's going to be at least one, probably 2 at A, and then 1 at B. So we'll see his approach here.
He's going to be taken up towards A ramp. And he does have smoke, 2 flashes, Molotov. Again, though, at this point, doesn't really want to give away his spot too much. Devil's going to be playing upstairs, and he's going to get an engagement. Takes down Mathind. So now in a 1v2. They know his location. He doesn't know theirs. He's going to drop a smoke so we can get this plant down. Now things are made a little bit more difficult. Kind of balls in the CT's court, so to speak, as Waylander will get flashed, but again, location now known, and I think Devil having that shot coming out. Oh, and they peek 1-on-1. Fuchs now left. He basically had to trade that frag. He might still be able to get it. Wow, full blind gets the frag, but I still don't agree with how Fuchs honestly just lets his teammate die. And it wasn't peeking at the same time. A bit of miscommunication, but Fuchs will be able to clutch it in the end. And they're fighting for that 6th round. Peter, though, already huge amount of damage done on their T side.
Yeah, the problem for LDLC, I mean, despite winning, the flashbang that he threw was somehow Fuchs got blinded by it. When you saw it coming, you could easily turn away. But I think his intentions were good, but somehow that flashbang, I don't know how you get blinded by that. But nonetheless, win the round, and they need every round that they can get. Waterfall singing about peeking up mid, aggression from middle, stuffed by Waylander. Now they don't even peek out mid with this AWP. Twanu must be lagged out or something. That's so unfortunate for LDLC, because that was where the backup was supposed to come through. There's no way that guy's aggressing up mid alone without somebody coming from catwalk or connector or anything like that. So Peter, they got to be wondering where is the opera? Where is Twanu? Like, why haven't we saw him at mid? And they don't know how good they got it right now. It's going to be a free bomb plant over towards B if they want it. And yeah, 1-on-3 here. Devil does pick up an AK, but he could use the fact that his teammates AFK as or lagged out as a like an invisible player, so to speak. But Devil falls, and now all Twanu. And I haven't seen an AF clutch in quite some time, and I don't think it's happening today.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen either. I can remember the last time I saw it, but I'm not going to bring it up, as it was an interesting match that and we do have the bomb planted. It's going to be Peter looking to grab their 10th round, as, again, we lose the LDLC member. So unfortunate because Twanu, to be fair, hasn't been that impactful on that CT side like you would like to see from an Opera, being that they usually can shut down mid in a lot of different ways. But it's been Peter that's kind of run the house on mid control. So on top of that, in a round where they could have made it 9-6, he drops out midway through. And again, I don't know what circumstances happened there, whether or not it's miscontrol or not, but at the end of the day, he's the player that wasn't alive and well during that round, and it really did obviously affect their chances in that final round. So 10-5. As we were saying, LDLC White, I believe, came in as the favorites here. Let me just double check what they had in terms of odds. I do not have the e-battle odds in front of me, so that's unfortunate, but I can look at what we've got on Go Lounge. And it does look like we've got, yeah, it was 63% for LDLC White, so not massive favorites, but they were definitely favored coming into this. But we can see Peter's doing great things, and on their map choice now moving to the CT side. Of course, we got to wait for that 5th on LDLC to come back, but it does look like Peter's going to be able to once again go against Team Acer, as they actually dropped 0-2 in the upper bracket to Team Acer. It was 16-8 on Cash, 16-12 on Mirage. So we'll see if that kind of happens again. If Acer, they will have
Acer
the
were
advantage.
playing out of their mind that match.
They certainly were. So, and we'll see if they're able to upset. But again, we're just waiting for these players to get back in here, guys. But we'll take this opportunity. If you guys aren't aware, we've got Alpha Draft as one of our new partners here. So if you guys are interested in esports fantasy stuff, certainly check out. They've got a free one that I was checking out last night where you got no entry fee. You could actually win real money from the free one, by the way. It's not like there's nothing up for grabs. It's just obviously a little bit harder, as anybody can enter in and it's free. So, yeah, but I was building a lineup for some of the ESL matches today, and our RGN ones are going to be up there shortly as well. So definitely check out Alpha Draft, as again, same ideas. Fantasy, sports, you choose all your players and stuff, the ones you think are going to be the best. And at least for this one, it was all the players that I wanted to choose, as well as a team that I thought was going to do decent throughout the day. So anyhow, some interesting stuff. Me and Laser are going to be battling it out on that, so you guys should check it out as well. But it does look like we've got Twanu back in the server, and they're readying up as we speak. So will we see a comeback for the T side of LDLC White? I'm not putting it past them that they can get rounds on their T side, but from this deficit, that's the issue. Pistol round, so much weight, as every caster will always tell you.
It's really hard to come up with different ways to say how
Right.
important the pistol round is. Like, it decides so many matches, and this one's no exception. If LDLC White don't win the pistol, and say Peter goes up 13-5, that deficit, it's similar deficit to what they were looking at on Inferno. And as good as you can play on these maps, like, you have to allow yourself room for error, and like the other team just to make plays and such. So if LDLC don't win this pistol, and I'm saying even the next gun round, I think it's going to be a wrap. We'll see what their strategy is here on the T side. Once again, this is our lower bracket finals of the qualifier portion of our tournament. Winner of the qualifier portion battling it out for just $500, but then the real stuff is coming shortly after. These two teams all three teams remaining in our qualifier have moved on to our Pro Series. So you're going to be seeing a lot more of these guys. And LDLC now priming up for looks to be an A take for Peter. They got only one player here, now rotating another one through connector as well as jungle. Are the smokes going to be right? Ooh, Waterfalls is actually falling off, leaving his teammate all alone, and they fall off of CT spawn as well, so basically giving them the bomb plant for free. Waylander's the only guy taking the fight right now, and they're thinking about pressuring into spawn, now falling back. Really interesting round here. Wow, Matt 10 just running and gunning onto Waylander, but now the flank is coming through from Spiker. It looks like Fuchs is ready, however, and he gets the first one. Twanu does reply, 3-on-3, trying to come up from the CT. Devil, a face crack, 2-on-2 now. Twanu, as well as Matt Hen. Matt Hen, oh, he's not there. His teammate couldn't help him. What a shot from Waterfalls. Peter are going to take this pistol round, and that's going to be both pistol rounds that they won. Really unfortunate for LDLC. Like, all these rounds that dictate others, like, LDLC seems to be losing, and Peter just gets big leads, and that was actually quite close. But yeah, 11-5 now for Peter and LDLC White. You can bet we're seeing a force buy. They did get the bomb down though, so they might wait till next round AKs.
Yeah, we'll see. I really like the way Peter played that, as a lot of strategies on the A site have players just pushing aggressively into CT spawn, because you want to gather that real estate just so it makes the retake even more difficult, right? So instead, though, Peter recognizes that, so they fall back and hold a beautiful crossfire, and we didn't actually see it develop into anything because they didn't push there. But worst case scenario, you've got two players ready and basically ready to storm in from CT spawn, so it works out fantastic for them as they keep two alive in waterfalls. Waylander opening up in mid, Fuchs down very low, and this is just a clinic right now. Scouting in mid. It's, yeah, 3 to waterfalls, 2 to Waylander. Peter on 12, looking to close this out. LDLC, again, the execution was there, but I feel like Peter is just putting in the adaptive techniques more than LDLC White. LDLC's White is kind of like, this is our strategy, this is where we're going, and Peter's just a little bit more loose, and they flex around with whatever you want. Yeah, you can take that, but we're going to take another portion that you're going to leave open because you're taking that space. They're just more adaptive in their play.
Yeah, I'm speaking about pistol round, of course. It is just good. Like, the way they did it into CT spawn and fell back like that, I was a little worried because Madhen was taking the fight at the same time. Or no, it was Waylander, I believe. But
yeah, right.
The passivity of it ended up working in the end, because it makes your retake as powerful as it can be. You might give up the bomb plant, and that's why we see LDLC able to buy here. Oh, body onto Jimka. Face crack, though, gets himself an AK. LDLC have full control in middle, but now they got to get it. They got to get over to B somehow. Spiker is allowing them to cross over. It looks like LDLC is going to be able to take this one. Spiker does jump out of the window. He has his teammate up inside of the A-bomb site. So 2 on 3 here. I'm wondering if Peter's going to go for it or not.
Yeah, considering Face Crack is still in T-spawn, I'm thinking the answer is no. Nah, maybe though. Spiker's booking it. He's got his Nikes on. He's going for market, so...
He got kids.
Yeah, Face Crack doing the same, so here we go. But Face Crack's going to have an early task ahead of him as he actually takes a lot of damage.
Dinked him.
Yeah, body down to 8. But it's all Spiker now as he's going to fall off. So we'll save that weapon. Not a bad idea, as behind this, again, with the amount of money he'll be getting... he should be able to drop, and then, yeah, they should be able to get a bit of a buyout. It's not going to be great, but they'll be able to keep the pressure on LDLC.
And I think that's the right decision here. Only 1 round loss bonus, so going to be pretty low on a few players, but they're able to squeak out a buy. And along with that AK, waterfalls just go straight to the AWP. No jokes to be had there. And none up for LDLC White just yet, and that's the problem with, buying on your 3rd round when you usually have to wait for ops to come out to the 4th. We'll see if this op comes into play or not. LDLC White have their eyes on mid, and now Waterfalls coming up from the catwalk with the AWP. He's going to allow them to get worked up mid just a bit. Spots out Twanu. Twanu gets the frag, and you bet he wants that AWP. Jimka thinking about peeking mid from the window, and at this point, they botched their mid smoke, so Jimka can peek out middle if he wants to. This is a weird smoke being thrown. I've never seen this before from Jimka. Wondering what is this a flashbang? Is this a smoke? He smokes himself out of window. Is this a one-way or something? Chad, help me out. Oh, it is.
I'm not 100%. Yeah, it looks like it. He's going to be peering through, but A-side play coming in as taking up a ramp, and got Face Crack just playing right underneath the balcony. Waylander from CT spawn. It's going to have to be Face Crack that comes up big. He smokes up into balcony and then flashes up as well, but he goes down. Face Crack only with 1, and his teammate Waylander dies in CT spawn. So now complete retake scenario. Spiker just hiding out on catwalk, trying to get someone as they cross, possibly. His teammate goes down, Jimka in CT spawn, and LDLC White look like they're well on their way to their 7th round.
Yeah, we might have a game on our hands here if LDLC White can string some more, maybe 3-4 more rounds together. I might start believing this a little bit. But Peter, let's check the round loss. Yeah, they're going to have to save at least 1 time in Spiker. It's one of the problems when you survive with a gun is it's tempting to buy up behind it. And we saw Peter on Inferno do it when they were up, 12-3, I want to say, that they still bought up Tech 9's like full buy and decided not to save. So that's one of the things I feel like LDLC could be allowed back into the match by Peter if they go for the overzealous buys. But being on the brink of the 2-0, I don't know if they're going to do the same thing as they did before. It was on the terrorist side last time. But see where Spiker wants to bring this AWP.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting as they're going to play around it. and you put it in a position where you can recycle it, use it again. I like that because if it's maybe not in the hands of your regular opper, then he can kind of stand behind and be like, okay, you go for your shot, and then we can recycle it again. But it does look like they're going to push mid aggressively with it again. It'll be leading the charge, and he misses his first shot, unfortunately, as Fuchs barely peeks out. But it's going to be LDLC moving one player quickly into B apps. They're going to be taking towards A, though, as maybe just pulling some attention over the bomb with Body at the moment. And the AWP on Twanu is going to be watching towards stairs, and ooh, the peek comes out, and I think he looked away with that AWP at the wrong time as Jimko was able to peek on stairs. I think he got some info out of it, but it will be Devil to open up. First blood in the round into the B bomb site. Takes down 2. And I think this is going to cue them. Just, guys, it's going to take a little while, but just come over to B. We got to clean. And they should be able to hang on. But Spiker still with that AWP, and I got a feeling he's just going to stay in A and bring it into the next round.
Yeah, definitely's got to hold on to that gun with a death grip. They will be able to buy next. It's not going to be optimal if they want to, but you can bet they're going to force up behind that AWP. So Spiker doesn't get any action this round, and just his teammate Jimka alive with him. And LDLC White, you know they're going to be on the prowl for this AWP. Don't want to allow Spiker to continue to wield that weapon. And we got Jimka in an interesting spot. Oh, Spiker goes down. And Jimka looks pretty goofy, takes down both of them. What a lineup. And through it, the crouching, even better than just running through an angle. Just Jimka. You can bet he's used that angle before.
The crab walk through the window, and yeah, Jimka finds 2 because of it. He might get hunted here, but he's in a very cheeky spot. I'm seeing hoping that he peeks out, but doesn't look like Jimka's interested, and I like it as, oh, he finally will. Actually takes down the Then there, so a little bit more economic damage, but LDLC is making things happen here. They've got 3 rounds in a row, but CTs will be able to buy up with this round, and it does look like we've got a pause coming in. Not 100% sure what's going on there, but we have had a little bit of problems on this LDLC front. Just kidding, not, they apparently accidentally paused 2 of them at the same time. Very odd, but nonetheless, unpause, I like it. We're going to be moving into round 21. Still Peter with the advantage here, but again, LDLC able to put 3 on the board, now making it 8, so they're closing in. But we got a bit of a swing round. The T's actually have a bit of an economy behind this, so even if they drop the round, especially if they get a bomb plant, they're going to be all right in this game.
Get the opener. Waterfall falls to Mad Hen, and now continuing the aggression. They couldn't get the trade off in time. They threw all their counters. Oh, Mad Hen with another. He knew Waylander wanted a peek, so he just posted up, and now he wants more. Mad Hen knows there's one last guy inside the site. He does go down to face crack, but LDLC is winning the duels across the board. Forgetting about the bomb. You don't need the bomb if you're getting kills, I guess. And there it is. Twanu on to face crack. So just one up here for Peter. And that's going to be Spiker. Oh, Twanu loses his op. That's 2 for him. Ooh, he's looking robotic right now. Coming up from the connector. He knows Body's inside the site. The smoke gives it away. He switches to the AWP. Questionable. All right, finds an AK. Better choice. Now he's looking. Oh, he gets spotted by Body. Now trying to get the bomb plant is Devil. Devil thinking about taking the fights. Spiker just spamming away with his AK here. If he could try to eliminate one player before that bomb goes down, he can make it 2-1 versus 1. But now the bomb goes down, and you can bet LDLC is going to be taking the fight together. Oh, Devil risking risky business here. And now Spiker moving up. And they both peek him at the same time. There's the teamwork I was looking for. LDLC 1 round away from reaching those double digits. And Peter, they're thinking we got a match now.
Yep, 3 rounds the difference. Peter on 12, but again, LDLC 4 in a row now. You can see their economy. They actually lost quite a few players in that round, so rebuying is pretty darn expensive, but they got 7,800 on Devil, and that's the most important part, as, again, after this round, honestly, he's got enough that he can drop quite a few AKs, so not too bad at all, but they're going to try and take into A a little bit quickly, as I think it was Twanu trying to get a pick. He's got Fuchs right behind him, though. And Peter rather tried to punish the fact that he went for that quick pick. You can see that nade landed all right, being that he's down to 66. But they got the rifle right behind to basically make sure that he doesn't go down. So that's good stuff from LDLC. Spiker will be able to get 1. Really wants to make this more expensive. Goes down, though, 10 to 12. As we might be seeing a 3rd map if Peter can't wake up and do some things on their CT half.
Yeah, it's coming to that point, and LDLC's economy is looking pretty good. They might even be in like the double territory if Mad Hen can get his going. And Peter here can't say the same for their economy. How do they want to approach it this time? Waterfalls with the AWP going towards A. LDLC White got their eyes on A once more. This time it's pretty quick. Decent nade, and now the split comes. Waterfalls for Peter onto Devil. Face crack as well. Peeks up top for Waterfalls. Looking for more with the AWP. Can't find anybody else, but his teammates taking everybody from LDLC down. Just Twanu, 9 HP. And yeah, this is looking real bleak for them. Fortunately for LDLC, they are going to have enough to buy. And Peter here, if they suffer any more damage from Twanu, if I'm Twanu in this situation, I'm looking for some kills here. Because you know Peter's economy is just in shambles. And if you can keep that low, it just adds to your comeback factor. A lot of time remaining, though. And Twanu can take all the time in the world he wants to just slowly see if anybody from Peter will give him something to shoot at. But the longer he takes, the more Peter has to think that he could be going elsewhere. Now Twanu working up. Oh, spots one below the balcony. Oh, what? How did that miss? That's crazy. But now his location has been revealed once more. Posted up top is Waterfalls. Ooh, they're giving him a lot of chances here to hit some shots. But unfortunately for Twanu, he ain't hitting nothing.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, as I was equally as surprised. I thought that one underneath the balcony was going to hit, but maybe he just juked out of the shot a little bit too soon. I'm not 100% certain how that didn't land, but it happened, and he's going to be saving in B apartments now. So Peter will move up to 13. So LDLC White, again, with the comeback that they were mounting, being that they've made it up to 10, it's actually a pretty good spot for them, because if they can break the economy after this round of the CTs once again, it'll be 13 to 11. And then they can kind of work a couple of rounds where the CTs shouldn't be so equipped. So we'll see.
Exactly.
Still in a good spot here. This is opportunity time for LDLC White. They can't think of the round loss to be that bad. Of course, it sucks, but we now have this opportunity in front of us. And again, that's a good team mentality compared to a bad team mentality of it's an opportunity, not just that sucked and we need to fix, just getting really down on yourself. You want to come in really strong in this round.
That is the game plan. They got to look at it as opportunity. Like you were saying, they know Peter's economy is pretty low. This is make or break time for the match for LDLC here. Either we're going to have a pretty even scoreline, or Peter's going to pull away right now. Waylander peeks in connector, so confident. LDLC had 2, make it 3 members there, and he still gets the kill and gets out of there without taking a single point of damage. Now Peter, they want to aggress towards the A main as well, and they get that one too. LDLC, they cannot afford to lose this round. They're only going to have 2 rounds of loss bonus, and at $1,000 with one of their players, not looking too good. Devil does have a pretty decent bank, however. Now LDLC looking to recover, trying to come up the catwalk. Ooh, they do take down Jimka, and now LDLC wants to go into the window room, looking for Waylander to rotate. This could be a good way back into this round, but now they're just kind of stuck on the catwalk. Kwanu's got to do something with his AWP to try to help his teammates get out of there, but one of them goes down. 2 on 4 here. LDLC cannot lose this round. Devil coming in to the window. Knows where Waylander is. All right, 2 on 3 now with a chance. Twanu needs to put that op to work. He's been sitting at the bottom of mid this forever, and now they're thinking about boosting after having control of the window. LDLC here, they need to do something decisive.
Oh,
wow, what a flick
Spiker
by Twanu. That was nutty. I don't know how Spiker missed that. Now 2 on 2. Twanu, he hasn't been very good with his AWP this game. Now he's got a chance. Eats a big flashbang, has no idea where Waterfalls is. Now there's a Molotov on top of him. I'm quite surprised that Face Crack is not aggressing at all, but with 5 seconds left, that's the round.
That's it. That's all she wrote for this one, as they can make a very expensive. The nade.
After the time.
Was it after?
Oh,
It was
my
after,
God.
wasn't it?
Yep.
My God. What perfect timing. They sail a nade in for right as the round ends. Whew.
I wonder if that was intentional, because if that was intentional, that is some slick stuff.
That was some beautiful play right there, as again, they make it so expensive. You don't get any of that loss bonus at all. Not that they had a ton coming in 2 rounds worth, but it was still, it's a big difference.
Compared to having an op coming into the next round, and that's his baby. That's just the worst case scenario.
Yeah, exactly. So, op out of his hands, and now Waterfalls. Ooh, the smoking window is pretty much not, I wouldn't even call that a smoking window. It's this Waterfalls, basically. He's got a hole opening on the whole side of the window, so 2 frags easily for the CT side.
Oh my, he naded himself.
Oh no, Mithen goes down. Fuchs is going to find one, but's traded. Devil now in a 1v4. This is going to be match point for Peter, as they're going to move up to 15. And Devil still wants to make this expensive as they're not at that much money, so they will have to rebuy rifles. And again, the comeback potential idea. But he's in a very rough spot as they just spotted him out. And yeah, Spiker's going to come around. Spiker's holding an angle right now where Devil he finds two, but he is eventually he needs to move forward. And when he does so, he's going to fall right into Spiker's crosshair. And there to Spiker.
What?
You've done that 2 rounds in a row. They're not looking at you. And you can't kill them.
All right.
Okay, Waterfalls with 3, but my goodness, Spiker.
That is embarrassing.
Woo. He missed, that was the reason Twanu got that off frag as well. They're boosting into window, and he's got the back of him facing him, and he just misses 3 or 4 shots. He flicks around. Twanu got him in that last round, luckily there. Oh, man. They're on 15, though. They're on 15. Live the dream.
Right. That's all that matters. Is,
Exactly.
I mean, it's at this point, you just got to laugh at your teammate. Like, come on. We know you're better than that. But,
oh, goodness.
Fortunately for him, that the rest of his team is fragging, because those are 2 guaranteed frags that should end the round. You take out the top of the boost, you know where the other guy is. Like, he's running with your back, with his back turned toward you. Just goofy stuff, but it looks like Peter's just about to end this Waylander with 1 Spiker as well. Peter, only 3 men up to beat for LDLC. LDLC trying to pinch into the A-bomb site over here, but we gotta worry about their flank. Spiker, let's see if he can shoot somebody in the back this time. He's gonna have 1 more chance. Gonna spot out Twanu. Can he do it? There we go, Spiker. That's how you flank somebody. And now Peter, prime position to end this game right here and now. Fuchs has to peek out from lower. He has to alleviate some pressure from the bomber, but no, the bomber goes down. Now it's just only Fuchs. Spots out, face crack. That's gonna be it. Peter moving on to the grand finals of the qualifier portion of our tournament. But once again, not too bad for LDLC because they're already in the Pro Series.